Hello guys, welcome back once again to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Larry. Remember, if you're watching me for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button, like, comment and share. To my returning subscribers, thank you, and to my new subscribers, I want you to feel welcomed on board. Greetings to my Caribbean families, brothers and sisters. So today I have this video lined up for you of angry Jamaican brothers speaking up against the tax money missing from the government, and that the government is doing nothing about it. And also, our other Jamaican brother is talking about high crime rates in Jamaica, and that the Jamaican government is protecting these criminals. So guys, let's watch this video and then I'll be back with more comments.
So, I want to ask a question. Who in the country, who in the world misappropriate $700 billion? As a matter of fact, which government? Jamaica, on record, is the only country known to me, I could be wrong, I will stand corrected, known to me that have misappropriated, thief, can't find 1.7 trillion. 1.7 trillion with a T, trillion, TRILLION, trillion dollars. Can't find it. Can't find it. The health ministry, people not on a bed, people not on a ventilator. We have some persons who come here, Christopher Tufton again, name, now go tap call until Christopher, why is it Christopher Tufton not in prison? But when you manage to take up a little get a you, them who go rob one cow, and one two goat, I am not saying that I support theft, me no support theft, me no support theft, me no support thief. But we need to be flipping fear across the board for a Christian nation that know that Father God is not a respecter of persons. That should have been our motto. We don't care who you are. If you're guilty, you have to go to prison. America has shown that. Joe Biden's son, Joe Biden, the president for US, for him boy have to answer to criminal charges. He will have to answer to criminal charges. Donald Trump, former president, will have to answer to criminal charges, is answering to criminal charges. Yeah? So America's constitution really and truly is a very good constitution that holds the highest order, the highest person, the highest profession. It no matter who you be, them hold your pitney, your wife, you. It doesn't matter what post you held or hold, you will be held accountable. Oh, the backside, Christopher Tufton not that prison. How comes Andrew Michael Holness still allow you run the country when for him administration is responsible for 1.7 trillion? Uno talk about PG Patterson. Uno talk about Portia. We can't even talk about Bruce. Even Siaga. Never under none of them the Prime Minister portfolio had $1.7 trillion went missing or unaccounted for. Right now, Siaga is turning in grave. Me know say must have turning in grave if him see what you and your Holness do to the country. You and the other one them. And no wonder why. Siaga never seen no leadership in you. Siaga did not see any leadership in you. Can't tell you that. And you know what? Case in point. When Siaga saw that Jamaica Labour Party is about to have a chance, a shot at getting into governance, he went and he called Bruce Golding because the People's National Party did start to mess up, light bulb scandal and all kind of scandal. Yeah, it was happening. And it really was a time for a change. I welcome the change. Me love Bruce Golding. Me love Bruce Golding. You know why? Bruce Golding was the only prime minister in a Fimi time that showed that he meant good for the Jamaican people. Him sure. Bruce Golding, who go back over it. The Bruce Golding car did broke down, and Bruce said him don't want a Prada, him don't want a whatever. Because that money when I can use to buy a vehicle game, can use to do something better in our country. Now you see that? Bruce Golding said, grow what you eat what you grow. Which of course we know that was coming from Michael Manley. But it don't really matter if it was coming from Michael Manley. It made sense. So it doesn't matter who would have adopted those words. Bruce Golding was the only prime minister who literally was going around the country with TVJ and other media groups wanting to hear the cries of the Jamaican people. Talk to the people them. Bruce Golding was the only prime minister we've had who stood for us on an international scale or international platform and said, listen, the whole LGBTQ something idea will not push. Not in my cabinet. Our people are Christian people and we have morals and values that needs to be respected. Bruce Golding was the only one who stood up against America and said, listen, we're not on a right to take out do this out of country. We have a justice system and our justice system need to show that it works. So if he's guilty of crime, we have a system we can deal with him. What make Uno feel so Uno need to come here so and fly down too much jet, come take out people out of our country when we in Jamaica we can't do that. The law needs to be just. The law needs to be just. That was Bruce Golding. So I don't want nobody come make you look like Bruce Golding was protecting any criminal. Even if he was. That was not the case. That was not my observation. And nobody on record can say that. Because there's no record of that. Bruce Golding is an angel, but at the same time, he was doing what prime ministers, what leaders were supposed to do. He wanted to hear the cries of PMP and JLP and independence and fix it. Had it been for Bruce Golding, our agriculture sector would have been the best. It would have been booming. You think that them imported goods, raw goods and vegetables and stuff when have come here so when I have no GCT money. You think that Bruce would have supported that when his motto, his mantra, everything was grow where you eat where you grow. Bruce made sense. Andrew was the worst, is the worst thing we have ever happened to this country. $1.7 trillion unaccounted for. And the former minister of health or for whatever department needs to be held accountable and go to prison too. 200,000 unaccounted for in your ministry between 2014 and 2015, according to the newspaper and the report from the Auditor General. You need to pay for your crime. We need accountability in this country. And we have a bunch of flipping Jamaicans. I'm a labor right. Me a PJ didn't have 18 years when they do. So I don't know if then thief. If then thief, $1.7 trillion. And then on a PMP alone a complain. So no bed no in the hospital. Because when you're sick, it don't give a back. It don't say a JLP or PMP. Sickness goes out to everybody. A JLP, PMP are independent. The whole of we use the same hospital them. The whole of we use the same supermarket. The whole of we use the same road. So anything that is happening to the country, it affects all of we. When the backside, we're not going to realize. So we need to move away from partisan politics. It no matter if you're labor right, a time for jungle and Tivoli. A time for you all of we come together and hug up and talk and discuss how we can take back the country as Jamaicans, brothers and sisters. A time for you move away from flipping politics. Time for you to move away from the idiot. Politicians no give shit about uno. Politicians don't care about uno. Politicians no business. If you not dead, them not care. Their friends and them have dual and triple citizenships. They can leave here anytime they want. Who not have no dual citizenship have visa. They can fly anytime. Even if they don't have no visa, they have enough of few money. They have more than enough to go anywhere they want to go. And they're going to fly to places that doesn't have extradition requests. So we can't even get them come back. We can't even get them extradited to come back and answer to them crimes. When we would have taken over this place. When I go, hey, I'm telling you now. I'm telling you now. Tivoli, jungle, one of them. I'm going to rise up now, man. I'm going to take back the country. I'm going to stop the foolishness. Well, we are Jamaican. I'm going to just relax, man.
Amidst the high level of lawlessness and hideous crime being committed in Jamaica, we saw where Prime Minister Andrew Holness have joined the call for the death penalty to be handed to convicted murderers in Jamaica. The wrath of the criminals in Jamaica has no end, no limits, no restrictions. As recent as a few days ago, we saw where 2 young boys died on their way home from school, innocent kids. We also saw in the recent past where Prime Minister Andrew Holness stated that the lawlessness and crime in Jamaica right now is at a level at which the country is no longer equipped to handle. We have also heard calls where people are stating that the communities and general public must join forces with law enforcement officers to help the crime situation in Jamaica. I support that one. However, in order for that to work, a few things must change. Firstly, we have to shift the advantage of the situation into the hands of law enforcement and law-abiding citizens. This is how we can do that. Make sure that each law enforcement officer who is competent enough are able to be armed while not on duty. If you arm law enforcement officers while they are not on duty, they are more able to fight criminals because they don't have to compromise. Make sure that law-abiding citizens who are physically and mentally competent have access to firepower that actually act as a deterrent to criminal elements. There is no way we can expect the public to join crime fighting when they must contend with criminals who tout high-powered weapons and lawlessness upon them at their mercy. It won't work. Arm law-abiding citizens, arm law enforcement officers, arm immigration officers, arm custom officers, arm business people who are competent and legally able to do so. And watch the crime situation change. As of now, the crime situation is in the hands of criminals. Shift the advantage to the hands of law enforcement and the hands of law-abiding citizens, and we will see a change. Until that, it's only gonna get worse. It's only gonna get worse.
So guys, once again, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Larry, and if you're watching me for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button, comment, like and share. So guys, I hope you've watched the video up to the end. And actually, before we start this video, or rather this discussion, I want you to, or rather I want to really appreciate our Jamaican brothers for taking this bold step in speaking up against these corrupt leaders we are having in Jamaica. So for one, I'll start with the first one, who's Marvin. We've heard Marvin talk about the government and their corrupt leaders. We've heard him talk about over 200,000 missing from the Department of Health. Nobody is doing anything about that. The government is not doing anything while the citizens are the ones suffering. The Jamaicans are suffering. poor hospital facilities. Look at the learning institutions. Recently, we saw a video of this young girl talking about risking their lives to get to school. It was raining and the river was flooded. The bridge got swept away. There is no way they could cross the river to the other side. Well, we've had a lot of money missing, and that money is missing, and the government can't really trace it. Well, that should be one of the saddest news I've had. That money is supposed to be used to cover for such damages. It's supposed to be used to cover for such damages. It's supposed to be used to like, look at, for instance, this broken bridge. It's supposed to be repaired. Children, kids, they're supposed to go to school. But nobody is happening. Nobody's doing anything about that. We've been told that the government can't really account for the missing money. And why is that? Why can't the government account for the missing money? Why can't the government account for that missing money? These leaders, or rather these politicians, these politicians we voted into power, they're supposed to protect the lives of the citizens. They're supposed to protect and serve the Jamaicans, for those in Jamaica. And the same should apply to the leaders here in Africa. Wow. Now we've also listened to or rather hear the guy say, how can the government not account or rather trace $700 billion missing? Well, we should be careful about the people we vote into power. Otherwise, we are gonna continue suffering. Again, we've also heard of the high crime rates in Jamaica. Recently, a 16-year boy lost his life from a shark attack. He was bitten off by a shark. The government say that there are no sharks. The police say that there are no sharks. So why is the government protecting this? You are protecting this story while the fathers, the parents to this kid suffer. They are suffering. What if somebody else goes to this same place and the same action repeats itself? What are you going to tell the citizens? We've also heard of Nigel Clark ditch his position in the government and join IMF. Previously, he was protecting for the PM's wife to be the speaker into the parliament. Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? We've had cases that the government, they are protecting the criminals. The government is protecting these criminals who are taking innocent lives of poor Jamaicans. And my question is, why is the government protecting these criminals? Why? Wow. The mistake we do make is voting in politicians thinking they are leaders. And as we almost approaching the election periods, dear Jamaicans and any other person, listening to this video, kindly let's vote in somebody who has a better vision for the country, somebody who has a better vision for the upcoming generation, somebody who has good actions for the country, not just person who cares about himself, not person who cares about his position, not person who cares about his position in power. Let's vote in somebody who has a better vision for the general of the country and the well-being of every citizen. Otherwise, guys, and until we meet again, I'm your host Larry. Peace out.